Hello everyone, I'm Tobias, and we are back with another quest guide. Today we're going to finish Recipe for Disaster by defeating the Culinaromancer. For requirements, you need a quest point of 175 or more. And now finish Desert Treasure 1, Horror from the Deep, and all the other Recipe for Disaster quests. Quests. So all these guys, the Goblin Generals, Evil Dave, Lumber's Guide, Mountain Dwarf, Pirate Pete's, Sir McVars, Scratch Uluwi, and King Awuwogi. All those individuals are now freed. Also, you cannot use prayer for the fights in this quest. So make sure you're aware of that. You also need a bunch of gears. There's 6 bosses in total. Agrith-Na-Na, which bring your best gear, whatever that is. Flambeed, if magic, you must use water spells with a daily snare or entangle to keep the Flambeed at distance. Flambeed is similar to Farid in Desert Treasure 1. If he hits you, he basically unequips your weapon. In range, you need ice arrows. In melee, you must use ice gloves. Otherwise, he just unequips your weapon before you can actually attack with it. If he is within melee range and hits you, Karamel, which is another boss. I don't remember exactly from which quest. In magic, you must use fire spells, ideally the ones above your casting level. So if your magic level is like exactly 75, I would not use Fire Wave. I would use one below this, which is a Fire Blast, because she'll drain your stats down. I think Karamel is Camille in Desert Treasure 1 as well. Dessourt, I would use like a magic or a ranged attack with possibly crush defense armor. Dessourt is I think based on Damus in Dessourt in Desert Treasure 1 as well. Gelatinnoth Mother is based on the mother boss for the Lighthouse quest. Forgot the name of the quest. Oh, Horrors of the Deep. Yeah. So her skin changes color similarly, blue, green, white, etc. I suggest using ranged defense armor with magic weapons. This is probably the hardest boss, honestly, because you can't protect against because you can't use protection prayers. You're relying mostly on your armor to kind of take most of the hits. So she uses I think she hits harder with range, so having ranged defense armor is more beneficial for her for that 5th boss. The last boss is the Culinaromancer herself. Just bring whatever is your max gear. Melee is usually most people's max gear. In terms of food, about 60 summer pies in total. You can resupply after each fight, so it's not too crazy. 2 super restore potions. That is strictly just for Karamel, because she lowers your combat stats down. For Oscar stuff, you can have a way to travel to Lumbridge. You can just use the standard home teleport spell or a Lumbridge teleport tab. Alright, so to start this quest and finish this Culinaromancer once and for all, head your way to Lumbridge. You can just use the Lumbridge teleport tablet like I did, or use the Lumbridge teleport home spell in the standard spell book. Head back into the castle, and then head back into the bubble here. So once you enter into the bubble, you have to fight 6 bosses back to back. Good thing is you can resupply after each boss fight, so you won't lose progress that way. Some things to note: you cannot use prayer inside this for any of the boss fights at all. and if you exit, any item on the floor will be lost forever. So make sure you don't drop like your armored out god sword on the floor, you know. If you defeat the Culinaromancer and you have a full inventory, the reward lamp, which you get at the end of the quest, will be dropped on the floor by your feet. And you need to, if you need to use the bank, just head to the kitchen cellar, and you can use the bank chest right over here. Yeah. So that's the entire thing. That's what it is. Alright, so for Agrith-Na-Na level 146, let me just pull out my so for Agrith-Na-Na, he is based on Agrith-Na in Shadow of the Storm quest. Same kind of character theme. Crushes when you're close to him, and Fire Blasts when you're far away, up to 16, both of them. So I suggest just using melee until he's dead. So let me just pull out my melee gear, and then we'll go and fight Agrith-Na-Na. Alright, and now I'm back. I have my max gear. You don't need anything too crazy. Yeah, just melee gear and some food. Yeah, that's about it. You can also bring your the divine super combat potion if you also want to use that as well. Completely up to you. And once you're ready, head to the portal. I must warn you, inside that dimension you have no assistance from the gods. No prayer can be used, and your prayer will not work at all. Okay. Also be aware that he will use his powers to draw upon the mice of foes you have fought before. So you have some bosses to fight before you can actually fight him. And that dimensional instability means that your lost items, any items on the ground will be removed after if you die or exit the area. Take care. I suspect the Culinaromancer will not give up so easily. I don't either, okay. And here we are. You dare to come here and challenge I? Alright, so this is say hello to my little friend, right? Anyway, so there's the boss. You can exit using either of these portals. It'll take you back to the same portal. Agrith-Na-Na is a praying mantis. No, okay. I'm gonna get out here right now, and it's Seattle. Alright, so that's one boss down. And you can just resupply. Okay, next is gonna be Flambeed, level 149. Based on for read in Dessourt Run quest. Cautious and magic both up to 25. If you're close to melee range, can't unequip your weapon. Similar to Farid, unless you wear ice gloves. May also rarely spawn into. He may also spawn rarely into one of the portals that we saw and get kind of stuck there. So if that happens, I guess lucky you. But usually not the case. Depending on your combat style, you have to use certain things. For magic, you must use water spells. Ideally with snare or entangle, so kind of keep him at bay, or use ice gloves so it doesn't unequip your weapons too much. Range, use ice arrows, ideally with ice gloves. Melee you must use ice arrows. You must use ice gloves because he attacks you within melee range. So every time you attack, you probably get your weapon unequipped unless you use ice gloves. So use entangles to keep him out of melee range. And just attack with water spells. That's my strategy. So let me just change out my gear. Alright, and now I'm back. I have my magic gear, virtuous, and also I'm using the water surge spell, which is the highest one I can use. I'm not gonna use ice gloves, so I'm gonna use entangles instead to keep him at a distance. And should not be too difficult after that, yeah. Back into the octagon we go. Entangle. You will regret following me. Entangle. Yeah, so sometimes he can spawn into the portal and get stuck. He's a pretty big boss. You can see like 3x3. So you can run around. So it says obey, use entangle. I don't know, like use ice gloves, etc. Alright, I think he's stuck. Yeah, he got stuck right there for some reason. He couldn't move at all. So I guess if you want to, you can like exit and re-enter until eventually you get stuck as well. I don't think that happens often though, so don't rely on this mechanism. He definitely was stuck because my entangle should only last for 15 seconds. That was way more than 15 seconds anyway. And out we go. Alright, next is gonna be see for a moment. Alright, so we have Karamel, level 136. Based on Camille in Desert Treasure 1 quest. Range up to 10 and magic rapidly in 007 at 14. So when he does the magic spell, that effectively is just a 14 hit. He attacks twice in 7s and then it comes out to 14. That's what it is. Her magic spell, her magic attack can freeze you, lower your stats, from like, for example, 90 magic to like 85 magic. Reduce your run energy to 0, set your energy to 0, and briefly stun you so you can't do anything. So your best strategy is to stay inside her melee range, so she prioritizes her range over her magic attack. She is weak to magic and strong against melee, and that's what it is. Specifically weak to magic fire spells. That's her weakest thing. So I'm going to pull out some new stuff, and then we'll go and fight Karamel. Alright, and now I'm back. I have my fire wave set up here. So and also restore potions. Don't use the highest magic fire wave fire spell you have. For example, if your magic level is exactly 75, you should not be using fire wave. You should use one lower, like fire blast, because she lowers your stats, so you won't actually get off as many hits before you have to reuse the restore potion. So yeah, that's the trade-off. Anyway, and then back in we go. Manually casting may be faster than all casting spells. You should not meddle in affairs that do not concern you. And also, run to melee range. And also, if she freezes you, that kind of like stops your all casting. You can manually cast. You kind of see my casting is gone. I can manually cast. You can also just spam again. Just click attack again, and that should bypass the freeze effect. And there you go. If you noticed, my magic got drained down to level 70, so I couldn't attack with fire wave. So that's how far she can reduce your stats all the way down. So you're aware. And boost up again. Okay, so next is going to be Dessourt, who is based on Dessourt in Desert Treasure 1. Crushes rapidly up to 19, and magic in doubles of 5 at 10. So when he does his magic attack, the total output is 10. Weak to magic, fairly weak to range and stabs. Very resistant to slashes and crushes. So you can just attack with magic, with your best magic, or until dead. So let me just pull out my best magic here. Alright, and now I'm back. I have my highest combat spell, Earth Surge. Yeah, let's go. Not much else to say, honestly. Just pretty straightforward boss. Alright. This will be your death. And there it is. And done. No, alright, off we go. So, that's a pretty straightforward boss fight. Just be careful because his attacks can stack up here well. If he crushes and then does magic, that's like 29 HP, so it's a big chunk of HP. Alright, so next is going to be the Gelatinnoth Mother, level 130. I think this is the hardest one that you'll probably have to do to cope with. Because it's based on the Gelatinnoth Mother in Horror from the Deep quest. And you remember the Gelatinnoth Mother had a skin mechanism. You can only attack her with a certain style when her skin is a certain color. For example, white skin, you must use air spells. Blue skin, you must use water spells. Orange skin, you must use melee, otherwise you do no damage. And she cycles through each skin every 18 seconds. Since you don't have attack since you cannot use any prayers like attack from melee or magical range, you have to depend on your armor to kind of tank the attacks as she cycles through the different styles. So that's you may use a lot of food for this boss, is what I'm saying. Weak to magic and strong against melee. Stabs up to 9 HP and range as magic in doubles of 20 up to 40 at 40. So when she does her projectile attack, that hits you at 40. It hits successfully. So yeah, just attack her based on her skin color, and just keep your HP very high, like above 60, so you don't get stacked and killed instantly. I'm going to use just magic because 1, 2, 3, 4 of her skin colors is magic. So yeah. Alright, and now I'm back. I have changed up my entire loadout. I have my ranged defense armor, which is just armor dial. And also a pretty decent amount of positive attack from magic. Main thing is defense because, as I said, because you can't use prayers, the only thing you can cling to is your armor. So yeah, and I'm using surges unless it's fire, in which case I use fire wave. Alright, this is as I said, this is probably the hardest fight you probably have to do, honestly. So yeah, pray, say amen, and then jump to the battle. I have a few tricks left. There it is. So this is white. So I'm gonna use wind surge. Keep your HP above 60, and just attack her based on her skin color. White for air, blue for water, orange for melee, brown for earth spell, red for fire spell, green for range, and she cycles every 18 seconds. And there you go. Huh. Oh wow, that was irritating. So for sure the defense range armor helped a lot. You don't need a lot of attack bonus for magic to actually get some hits off. Get a lot of hits off. I did this last time with Vitreous robes, and I just got destroyed. Like I almost used all my food. Literally almost all the summer pies. So that makes a huge difference, you know. Having ranged defense armor makes a huge difference for this boss. Alright, so last is gonna be the Culinaromancer, level 75. Crushes up to 11, magic rapidly up to 25. Has essentially no defense against any combat style at all. So the advice here is just to use your max gear. For me, that's gonna be melee, and just wail on this guy until he dies. So let me come back. Let me change up my loadout, and then I'll come back to you guys. Alright, and now I'm back. I just have my same Juicy Car armor. Alright, and let's get straight to it. Okay. Alright, I guess you could bring like a Dragon Dagger P++ and just use all your special attacks and just kind of win instantly. Whatever fills your boneyard. It seems I have to deal with you myself. Yes, Macho Man, that's right. Let's go to the center so I can get a nice screenshot when Safani finishes boss off. There, that's good, yeah. So, oh my god, my armor's weak against magic, I forgot. Oh, there he goes, that's kind of crazy. It balloons out and just explodes with trees like a piñata. Good work, Tobias. That will be the last time we see him. You better get back here now. 1 quest point, 1 antique lamp, full Culinaromancer's chest asses. If your inventory is full, the lamp will be on the ground. That's what it does. Alright, so there you go. 20,000, not bad. And the main reason why anyone would want to do this quest series is because you unlock the you go to the Culinaromancer chest, select buy items. You now have the highest level gloves. Barrel's gloves, 130,000 coins, which is very useful. It gives you the highest strength bonus, I think. Yeah, the highest strength bonus of like 12 or something. So one of the best gloves you could use in the game for PKing, PVM, etc.